Hello and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Tarot. This episode is really exciting. I just got this deck that we see right here. It was a gift from one of my friends on Instagram. I didn't even know I was getting it. She sent it to me as a surprise, and it's fantastic. I haven't even used this deck yet. I've been letting it sleep under my pillow with me to connect with my energy. That's what I do with all my decks. I don't wrap it in silk like people usually say to do. I use bandanas. This is my favorite one. It's kind of like spiderwebby and Halloweeny, and I keep it under my pillow. Along with different crystals every night, just to see what they do, what they can do to my dreams and stuff like that. I've got crystals surrounding these cards right now too, because I plan on using them for an actual reading. As my readings are on social media, they're for all of us. So this may resonate with you, it may not. It's for me as much as it is for you. We are all connected after all. Sometimes my background music gets a little bit too loud, so I have to go turn it down. Should be good. You can kind of hear it in the background, but not really. It's for my benefit, because when it's completely silent, I get silent. Okay, so before we get into this deck, we will take a look at all the crystals that I have surrounding them. And just to give you an idea, I've got my cute little critters today. Got my Dolomite Raven. Of course, Sneaky Pete, my Snow Delight. Yeah, can't talk today. My Sodalite snake. My crystal skull of Demordiorite. I think that's how it's pronounced. I know I'm a Sky. My Malachite cat, that I simply call Malacat. A Bloodstone unicorn. My first ever piece of amethyst given to me by one of my best friends for my birthday. Clear quartz skull, whose name is Colossus. And a moonstone, because yesterday was the full moon, so I figured it was good to use them today too. Okay, let's open this deck and see what we have inside. I have looked through the cards already, and as I said, slept with it under my pillow. But I haven't actually done a reading with it, so this is really exciting. You're going to do it with me. So again, it's for all of us. Opens like this. And here on the left is a beautiful tiny little guidebook. Pictures and stuff on the back. And really nice pages. Set that to the side. Get out the deck. Knock over the Bloodstone unicorn while I'm at it. Okay, now as you can see, this deck is a little tinier than most decks. It is the Tarot to Go book deck, so it's small. It's just to fit in your bag or something, so you always have the tarot cards with you. I have a giant purse, and in my purse is 3 different decks, but I'm so excited to get started using this deck. I might trade out one of the decks in my bag for this one. As you can see, I have yet to shuffle any of these cards. They go in order as they come in the box, through the major arcana, and all the way to the Ace of Pentacles. Now, like I showed you in the video last week, I will not show you me shuffling because I'm horrible at it. So I'm going to pause the video, shuffle it, and then spread out the cards. The spread that we will be doing, I guess I am shuffling in a way right now. The spread we'll be doing is the spread from the book. Actually, I'm not going to read the descriptions from the book like I usually do when I do reading or when I do videos, but we'll use the spread that they share in the book. Alright, the cards have been shuffled and spread out as you can see before you. This is the spread that comes from the guidebook. It's called the 7-card Horseshoe spread. It looks a lot like that, which you can see we have exactly that. Now, the first position starts over here, and that represents the past. The second position is here, and that represents the present. Third is what is helping. Fourth is the obstacles we might face and have to overcome. 5 is the attitudes of others. 6 is what the questioner should do. And 7 is the outcome. Now, you know me and bottoms of the deck, so The bottom of the deck is right here. Let's go ahead and begin, shall we? I'll turn them over one by one, and we'll look at each one individually. For the past position, we have the Knight of Rods. Rods are equal to wands. We see that as rods sometimes. The Nightmare Before Christmas calls it the candles, I believe. So it depends. Whoever made the deck, the artist, that's who gets to name them. Knight of Rods, almost calling the Knight of Wands. I guess it doesn't matter. He can be the Knight of Wands because he is the Knight of Wands. This is the Knight of the element of fire. His passion lets him lead the way. He's enthusiastic, passionate, and he can get bored easily. Like, I guess in the past, our passions, we had something we were really excited about and we started following it. Knights are like the soldiers of the suit, unless you're working with the Thoth Tarot, and then the Knights are the kings of the suit, but we're not, so that doesn't even matter. But here we can see the character, his side view, and the bright orange of the background. So we know we're passionate and enthusiastic. The Knight of Wands is astrologically connected to the sign of Sagittarius, the first two decans. So technically this does kind of represent the past in that way, because Sagittarius wasn't too long ago. That was back in December, like the end of November and beginning of December. So our past shows us being passionate about something, going after our dreams, and living life to the fullest. Move on to the present, the present position now. And we have the Fool. Okay, so we have this idea that what we're passionate about, we were following it and going after it. But perhaps something happened and we had to take a break, or there's some part of it that we can't work on necessarily where we are, and we're being asked right now in the present to start something new. The Fool is known as the cosmic egg. It's not quite beginning yet, or why did I say beginning? It's not quite starting the journey yet. He's preparing for it. You can see he's got his bag back here, and he's got his little rose that represents purity. There's actually no dog on this one. Usually, in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, there's a little dog yapping at his feet saying, hey, don't do this, it's dangerous. But he doesn't have this one. He's looking up to the universe to say, I'm ready. I know you guys have my back. I can do anything I set my mind to. So as that passion lights that inner fire and lets us go after our dreams, the Fool says, we've got everything we need to succeed at this, believe in ourselves, go after what we want to achieve. Third position is what is helping us. What is helping us right now as we jump off into this new chapter and start this new path. Who would have thought that the tower would be what was helping us? But this does make an absolute sense though, considering it's sitting right beside the fact that we're starting something new. Something else has to come to an end before something else can begin. The Tower is probably the most feared card of the entire deck. It's more feared than death, actually, because the Tower is the universe saying this needs to happen, this has to come to an end. We're not in charge of this ending, we're not in control of it, we just have to accept it and let it fall. Here we can see the picture of a guy or a woman falling out of the tower and the crown flying off the top. The tower is being struck by lightning. So again, this is natural forces, things out of our control. But something has to come to an end in order for this new beginning to happen. So it is helping us. This tower collapsing is helping us to begin this new path. So if we're still stuck back here with we're passionate about this and we want to go after it, but something's holding us back, we get to here and we're going to believe in ourselves, we're going to do what we're passionate about and follow our dreams. What's holding us back is going to come to an end. That really is, I think, the best card to appear in this position, because the universe knows what's best for us. It has control, it has our backs, and we just have to trust that everything will be okay and believe in ourselves enough to follow our dreams. The fourth position is the obstacles we have to overcome. And that comes up as the Moon. It's really interesting. We got so many major arcana cards in this reading so far. And again, this is the first time I've used it, so I'm really curious how it's going to play out. The Moon is an interesting card to come up for obstacles we'll have to overcome. It's like a card of dreams in the subconscious. So if we're doubting ourselves and having like a crisis of faith and believing in ourselves, that will be an obstacle we have to face and overcome. Look within, look at our inner darkness, and see what we need to do in order to take this opportunity and start a new path. If we're still doubting ourselves, we're holding ourselves back. We have to believe in ourselves enough to trust this path. Got a nice little path laid out here with the creatures, inner animals. We all have inner animals. They're ready to take this path and go through here. So the obstacles we will face is our own doubt and our subconscious just causing us not to believe ourselves. Like our inner demon saying, hey, you can't do this, you're not good enough to follow your passion. It's not true at all. If you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve anything. Minus flying. I don't think you can actually jump off a building and fly, but you don't have wings, and you don't have feathers, so it just doesn't work. Within reason, believing in ourselves and having the faith that we can do anything and leaping off into our next opportunity, within reason, we can do it. Fifth position, we're in fifth right now, right here, is the attitudes of others. So this is what people might make us doubt ourselves, listening to the voices of others and stuff like that. So the card we have in that position is the Three of Swords. Whenever I see this card, I always quote Bring Me the Horizons mantra, because there's a line in that song that goes, before the truth will set you free, it'll piss you off, and before you find your place to be, you've got to lose the plot. That's one of my favorite bands. I love their work. So here we can see there's 3 swords going through this heart, and there are snakes on any side of them. Snakes kind of represent transformation and change because they shed their skin, which relates to this tower and it ending so we can start this new beginning with the Fool. Now 3 is a number of creativity, masculine and feminine energies coming together to create something new, and the 3 of Swords is never a pleasant card to see. But this is the position of opinions of others. So there's a really good chance if we're passionate about something, someone else is going to tell us we're not good enough to do it, or that we're silly for even thinking of it. But it's not their lives, it's not their stories. We are the one living the lives, and it's our stories to write. So sure, people might say, oh, you're going to get hurt, you're going to get your heart broken, you're going to fail. And what do they know? They're not the ones living the life. So believe in ourselves and go after our dreams and trust ourselves and make our subconscious believe ourselves too. Like start those mantras of I am worthy, I am enough, I am good enough to achieve my goals. There is that thought too that the truth hurts. But when we face our truths and really have confidence in what we do, like I said with the moon and the tower and the Fool and everybody, when we believe in ourselves, we really can achieve anything. 6th position now is what the questioner should do. So the questioner would be us, like doing this reading, because as I said, it's for all of us. It may resonate with you or it may not. I feel like it should resonate with you. Follow your passions, believe in yourself, and let your passion lead your way, and be a little bit foolish and have fun and enjoy life. In order to start something new, something else likely has to come to an end, and we have to trust ourselves, our thoughts, and our intuition, and pay attention to our dreams if we are to achieve our goals. Things can come to an end. It might be painful, but we can do it. Don't listen to what other people say. Follow your heart and listen to yourself. This is what the questioner should do, which is us. Queen of Cups. You can see here in this illustration that she's sitting beside the ocean, and it almost looks like she's getting ready to take a drink from that chalice or that cup in front of her. The Queen of Cups is the kindest, most compassionate, empathic queen of the court. She cares a lot about others. She needs to show that same caring, loving energy to herself. So what we should do in this situation, if we want to follow our passions and take a leap into a new opportunity, is to have faith in ourselves and believe in ourselves, love ourselves enough and have compassion for ourselves that we can do it. There might be mistakes that we're going to make. Of course, we're new at this. We're starting a new path. But the Queen of Cups reminds us that we're leading in our lives. We let that feminine energy fill us and have confidence in what we do, and we really can do anything. The final position in this book, the book right here, that I'm reading as I go, like the different description or the different positions. The final card is the outcome, and it is the Ace of Cups. Very interesting. We go from the Queen of Cups to the Ace of Cups. Aces in tarot are seen as like gifts from the universe. They're not yet tangible, very much like this spool right here, but they have the potential to become something amazing. As you can see here, there's water dripping down, and there's a chalice right here, or a cup, sitting above the water. And we grab this queen right here, and we'll see that that cup is the same exact cup that she's holding. So the outcome here states that we will achieve that goal and like really lead in our lives and feel in control. We'll feel happy and joyful, and our cups will fill with, joy and happiness if we follow our passions and let our passions light and guide our way. Even if the tower falls and something comes to an end, that gives us a brand new opportunity to start something new. Just pay attention to your dreams, listen to your heart, and let your passion lead you to where you want to be. If this is the outcome of overflowing cup with joy and happiness and just fulfillment, we're living a passionate lives. We're living passionate lives and living our lives to the fullest. Now that is technically the end of the reading, at least according to the book. Here you can see all the cards, and now they're all laid out. I love looking at the bottom of the deck. I feel like the bottom of the deck shares the overall message, maybe what we need to do, perhaps something that we didn't see in the actual reading. So I will flip over the bottom of the deck now, and we will see that it's none other than the Magician. The Magician is the masculine energy, the action behind the process that makes our dreams come true. This Magician looks kind of like a He-Man, some very attractive man. You can see that he's got the as above, so below going on. He's got his wand pointed to the universe and the powers that be above, and he's got his finger pointed down to the ground. So he's creating his reality. If we want to achieve our goals and our passions, again, we have to believe in ourselves. And this is the card of our individualism, our uniqueness, and believing in ourselves to achieve our goals. He's got everything he needs here. His cup, his pentacle, his wand up here, and his sword. So if we want to achieve our goals, we have to have that compassion and empathy for ourselves that the cups represent, and be fulfilled and enjoy what we're doing. The wand, which relates back to this Knight of Rods, where we really want to focus on our passion. We know what we were passionate about, and we want to work towards achieving it. Then we have our sword, which represents the mind. So having control over mind, again, this relates back to the subconscious with the moon. And the Three of Swords, taking those swords and just starting a new path and not being afraid of the truth and finding our places to be. And the Pentacle, because even when we're working to achieve our goals, unfortunately, most things come down to money. So we have to have the finances necessary to achieve our goals as well. We're here for such a short amount of time that it's fair to ourselves, and only fair to ourselves, that we let our passions lead our way and just believe in ourselves enough to achieve our goals. We don't have to let somebody else stand in our way. We can write our own stories, and we can do anything we set our minds to. Let our passions lead us to where we want to be. Don't be afraid to start something new. Be a little foolish. Trust the universe that they're going to have your back, and let things end that's no longer serving us. The moon, just pay attention to our darkness, our inner darkness, see what's holding us back, and pay attention to those dreams, because they can share messages with us too. Before the truth can set us free, it will make us mad. Like, other people might know what's best for us, or think they know what's best for us, but they don't. So follow our dreams, live our passions, and be kind to ourselves. Have compassion for ourselves as well as others, and lead ourselves to success. Only then will we fill our cups with joy and happiness and really feel like we're fulfilling our goals and our destinies. But it all comes down to this magician. We are the magicians in our lives. We are the ones writing the stories. What we want to create starts in our minds, and we create it in reality. So, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're passionate about, believe in yourself that you can achieve it. Because we really can do anything we set our minds to. That is such a beautiful reading to start this deck off with. I'll be honest, I have seen this deck before being used. When I was looking for a deck for my niece for her birthday, I went on social media like Facebook and the Tarot Nerds group, and a lot of people mentioned this deck. It's the Hanson Roberts deck, to be exact. And the illustrations, best way to put it, kind of freak me out. It's weird. The things that happened in the 80s, most of the artwork and stuff, it just creeps me out. I'm obsessed with The Wizard of Oz, yet I watched The Return to Oz when I was a kid, and it terrified me. That movie came out in 1985. This deck was illustrated in 1985, and I was born in 1985, so in a way, I'm scared of myself, I guess. But it shares such a beautiful reading, and I am so thankful to have people like Raven Fairy Readings on Instagram that are just so kind to send me decks like this. She sent me another one too. It's an astrology deck, but we will save that one for another time. I've got to work with it a little bit because it's a new oracle deck and I'm not used to it yet. But you know, tarot, very easy for me to interpret, like different illustrations. So I really love how this reading turned out. I think it's very resonating with me for sure. I'd love to know if it resonates with you as well. So leave me a message in the comments. As always, you can message me for personal readings or book them on my website. I'll have that down in the description. And I'll share my Instagram handle as well as Raven Fairy Readings. And if you want to message her for a reading, she's really good. She comes from a line of tarot readers, so she's really got that gift. But I will end this video on this note now. So thank you very much for watching, as always, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.